I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. And welcome to an episode that is not in a particular season. We're just in between seasons now, and we're actually not reviewing a Korean drama today. I have with me my very special friend, Miguel. Miguel, how are you?
I am all right. Thanks for having me. Everything is good. My heart's in pieces from this drama. I'm so excited for this.
You're excited for this? Yeah. Yes. So what had happened was I had a few people reach out to me on the Daebak socials, and they were like, have you seen First Love, this J-drama? And I was like, no, it's in my queue. I really want to see it. I've been seeing a bunch of edits all over TikTok. People have been like really we're going through it on TikTok. And I was like, I need to see it because it's trending and stuff. So shout out to Isabella, who I'm not sure if she'll listen to this, but if she does, she is actually like a family friend who reached out and was like, hey, have you watched it? And she was like, please review it. So this is for Isabella and everybody else who wanted to hear our thoughts on First Love. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for pressing play. If this is your first time listening, you can go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, you can give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And like I said, I'm on the socials. I'm very active on there. So you can say hi and check out everything that we're doing. And you can find us on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod. And lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron because it's a really great way for you to get involved, to show your support, and to get a bunch of extra content because I'm constantly doing stuff on Patreon and reviewing stuff and talking to you guys through there. So you can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. And thank you. Shout out to our patrons, Janet, Curtis, Bale, Cindy, CD, and Grace. Grace is a new patron. Thank you for being a patron, Grace. Well, okay, so I think we're on the other side of that intro, so we can start in. This is not a final say episode. This will be like a traditional sort of Daebak episode. So we'll have a non-spoiler section and then a spoiler section. Okay. So I will go ahead and read the My Drama List synopsis. It reads, in the late 90s, Yae and Harumichi met and fell in love. After graduating from high school, Yae went off to college in Tokyo while Harumichi joined the self-defense forces as an aviation student, and like that, they separated. One day, Yae suffered a tragic accident and 20 years passed without their lives intersecting again. Now Yae works as a taxi driver and Harumichi has become an employee at a security company after serving in the self-defense forces, both in the same city. About 20 years after their unfulfilled first love, fate brings them together once again. All right, so Miguel is making faces over here. So First Love aired originally in its entirety on Netflix in November of 2022. It is only 9 episodes long. It is directed and written by the same lady. It's Yuri Hanchiko. I hope I didn't butcher her name. And it stars... we have some, I'll say like who is like the, I guess, present day cast and then the young cast. So the present day, we have Mitsushima Hikaru playing Yae. And then we have Satoh Takeru. Do you know how to pronounce his name?
Satoh Takeru. Yeah. Satoh Takeru.
Okay. And he plays Harumichi. And then we have playing the young Harumichi, Guido Taisei. I am so sorry,
Taisei,
Guido.
Yeah.
So he plays
knows
young.
His name.
He knows his name. He knows I mean no harm. And then we have Yagi Rikako as Yae when she was young. Okay, so that's pretty much it for cast. What did you think? Like you're
Immediately loved it. Immediately.
You loved it. Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just right from the beginning, I could tell it was going to be something very special. I had seen the teaser for this through an Utada Hikaru fan site that I follow.
Oh, got you.
So, very important context. I've been a fan of Utada Hikaru since the very first album that came out. I stumbled upon it in a foreign music shop when I was really little. And I was like, oh, this sounds great. And I just ran with it. When I found out that this drama was based off of 2 of their songs, it was like a whole thing. So anyway, I saw the trailer. I saw the cinematic value of it. It just looks so... It's directed within an inch of its life. The cinematography is beautiful. The cast acts so well in it. Like, the acting is so good. I don't know. I was blown away from the very beginning. I love it. I love it so much.
Okay. So I really, really liked the show. I don't think I loved it because maybe I wasn't left with a lingering feeling after I watched it. Maybe like the first day I was like, wow. But then after that, I kind of just went on with my life. I didn't have such a drama hangover with it. But I really appreciated what it was doing and how it was taking old, tired tropes and doing them in a kind of grandiose way. Like, what is the word that I'm looking for? Kind of like, if you usually experience these tropes and these cliches in other forms of dramas, and they're kind of like low level, not
it's like
as
cheap.
a little cheaper, but like it does the job. You like it or whatever. You like the actors, whatever. In this context, it is like an auteur taking care of these tropes. It is a beautiful rendition of stuff that you've seen before, and maybe that's why people kind of, the criticisms that I've seen of First Love are like basically like it's nothing new. It's not very unique.
Yeah, I mean, they subvert, like you said, they subvert so many of those tropes, and there's so much stuff that they subvert that they're able to pull it off. Like a drama, be it Japanese, American, Korean, what have you, anything that has amnesia in it, immediately I check out. I'm like,
right.
Not amnesia.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a spoiler, but yes, we'll get into it. Non-spoiler section, Miguel.
Got it. But there's so many, and we'll discuss this in the spoiler space, but there's so many tropes throughout that, like you said, they should make you roll your eyes. They should make you at least, just kind of disregard them like anything else. But they're done so earnestly and with so much intention that you're able to roll with it. And it does, at least for me, it didn't pull me out of it at all. Like, it had me yearning for those pre 9/11 tropes, those mid 2000s romantic comedy tropes.
Right.
I was so nostalgic for it throughout.
Yeah, I agree that the nostalgia was at an all-time high. And you mentioned the cinematography. I thought it was stunning.
Beautiful.
Stunningly shot.
Beautiful.
Really beautiful. Some of the best work that I've seen in a J-drama, like, period. I have not really dug my toes into J-dramas. So I feel terrible and like just popping in on this one that like made the rounds and commenting on it. I think you're the one who kind of were like, oh, you got to get into some of these J-dramas, and you recommended a few, and I watched a few back in the day. And then you gave me Hana Yori Dango on DVD as a gift, because I had seen, what is it, like, I had seen the part 1 and part 2 or something.
And Know Them Accountable too, I think.
And then you were like, the rest, like, there's a movie and you can't really find the rest of it or something. So you gave it to me on DVD. And I still have it. Like, I love it.
It's so good. But there's so few that look like this. Even a lot of fans have actually pointed this out. A lot of J-dramas, and I love Japanese culture in general and Japanese media, but the J-dramas are really hard, at least for me, to get into. The acting is typically very animated. It's very over the top, like very over the top. Yeah. The color grading's not really there. The cinematography is not really there. It's very plain, and the storylines are good, but they're hard to get into. This one is an example of everything that a J-drama could be, and an even better example of, like, if we get more dramas like this and we get the availability that this has, I don't doubt that J-dramas are going to have their own moment soon. Because even now, Korean media just dominates everything. If we can get more media like this coming out of Japan, this is a very unusual J-drama, I guess is what I'm saying. This is not common at all. Not the acting, the cinematography, the length. It's so short.
Yeah, 9 episodes.
It's so short. Normally they're like 19 episodes, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Too much filler.
This was really, really accessible.
Yeah.
With the 9 episode, and not a ton of fat to trim, really. Like, they didn't just keep adding to the plot. Like, it was very simplified. And And I just think the soundtrack as well was really good.
Yeah.
Not just the Hikaru stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like every needle drop. I was like, oh my God, like this song.
They had they had Death Cab for Cutie.
Yes.
Or rather, the Postal Service.
Right.
They had Blitzen Trapper at some point. I'm like, who told you about Blitzen Trapper?
Right.
Like,
right.
there's some indie bands in there that I'm like, this is a labor of love. Like,
right.
At
this
some
is a deep
point, I even
cut.
changed the dub. I'm like, maybe it's just, like, let me see if the other dub changed the music. Maybe like whatever. I'm like, no, that's how. This is great.
Final. I liked how there was a lot of symbolism throughout, especially with the colors and possibly the color grading as well, like the color blue throughout and the color red versus the color red. And I felt that the story was very, how do I put it? Common, but poignant at the same time.
Very, yeah.
So I had a good time. Not a good time with it, but I was just like, I was in my feels. Like, I lit a candle when I was watching it. Like, I was, I had some twinkle lights. It was like, right after Christmas. It was good. The two songs that this show is based on are First Love and Hatsukoi. Mm-hmm. The songs are 20 years apart.
Yeah. Yep. And Hatsukoi is literally First Love, but in Japanese. The first song was written completely just the title, the signage in English, So this was Utada's way of kind of end capping both. The first song is, and it's funny because a lot of the lyrics kind of peter out through the show, like, oh, my first kiss tasted like cigarettes, and blah,
yes.
blah, blah. And it's her talking in the present day, no matter what happens, you'll always be my first love. And then the latest one, it's just Utada recounting, oh yeah, you were my first love, and without you, this wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have happened, and this. So it was a great way to kind of end cap the two. Like, I don't know, it's a good device.
It's a good. Yes, I like this device. I like the framing device, and if you're a fan of Utada, like you are, you loved it.
Loved it.
You ate it up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, immediately. I felt nostalgic for like. I don't know. I just felt this intense nostalgia because as a fan of Utada's, there's a lot going on between that time too. And it's just, it's crazy because it hit me just as hard, Hatsukoi, when it came out, as this drama wants people to feel. Because so much has happened between those two songs, even to Utada themselves. Like they had a whole kind of history with their mother and their family and their divorce, like 2 divorces and all this other stuff. So there's just such a heavy poignancy, and there's kind of a parallel for their life and the show. There's just so many layers to this. There's so many layers to it, and I was right on board from day one.
Now, we were celebrating your birthday. We were at your birthday dinner, and you're the one that was like, have you seen this J-drama? Actually, no, I asked you, did you see this J-drama? And you were like, I know, but I want to see it. I heard about it. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea that they were basing that the Utada Hikaru of it all.
Yeah.
Until I started watching the first episode. And I remember distinctly, I finished the first episode or something, and I texted you, and I was like, have you started this? And you were like, no, I haven't started it yet. And I was like, you're gonna fucking die.
And
like
I did. I was like coughing. I was shaking. I was like, there's parts of the show where I just started. So it's part reflex and part because I've had bronchitis the past couple of weeks. But like there was parts of this show where I was so gagged that I would just start hacking and coughing for like 3 minutes. I would have to pause and I'm like, no. And we'll get into it, but it's just like, I'll point out exactly where that happened.
Oh, perfect. But, okay. Yeah, because I do have episode by episode notes.
I do have one more thing. Because I know I'm going to forget. So with the cinematography, there's something I adored. Mm-hmm. I spent most of the mid-2000s watching a lot of Japanese movies. In the flashback scenes, the flashbacks look the way that most mid-2000s Japanese movies looked. Had the green, they all had the same kind of color grading going on. So it wasn't just kind of like a nostalgic whatever. That was intentional too. And I was like, wow, that's great.
I like it. I like
amazing
it.
details. Lots of amazing details.
Absolutely. Talking about 90s nostalgia, I think the last time you were here on the regular Daebak feed, because you might find Miguel on the Patreon feed, we talked about 2521.
Yes.
2521 has very similar device or strategy
You're killing
for
me
the
with
drama.
these.
I know.
I can't.
I didn't know.
Love,
I didn't
regret, like...
Well, it's 90s in the past, and then of course you have it's juxtaposed against present day. How do you feel about this kind of being trendy to have dramas talking about a 90s love or first love or coming of age, and then juxtaposing it with the present day, which is wildly different?
So there's a couple of layers to that. In general, I love it. But the other thing is, I've always been a firm believer that 80s nostalgia lasted way longer than it needed to. So I'm happy we're finally moving into the 90s and we can look at stuff we relate to.
Pause, because I feel like 80s nostalgia lasted so long because the filmmakers and screenwriters and people who make this entertainment who grew up in that time period are now sort of phasing out of their career. And people like us who grew up in the 90s are starting to make these shows, this media. And that's why I feel like that's what's happening. Like the people that we grew up with are now in the industry and they're making movies, they're making shows about 90s nostalgia or filled with 90s nostalgia.
And we have a unique, it is unique because we have a perspective that I like about these shows. That we look back in more ways than one, right? We have our regrets, our goals, our loves, our dreams, our hopes, everything. But there's also this dividing line that we have, the 90s were very different from the 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Like very, very different. Technology, cell phones, the way we know the internet today, like we kind of have an analog world like right here, and then immediately after we have an extremely digital world, and all of that kind of ties in. It feels like these creators, and it's earned, you could see it in their work, but these creators of our age that are going for our nostalgia, it's almost like they felt like they've lived a very long time, if that makes sense. Like, because these characters are what, in their mid-30s, maybe
mid to
40s?
late 30s, and the writer-director, I think, was born in 82 or 83.
Yeah.
So
there it feels like a long time, because it's like two completely different eras, but I'm here for it. I'm here for this. I want more stuff like this. I want enough of this where I get tired of it. I just want to see every interpretation of looking back. I don't know. I love it. I want to see more like it.
Yeah. I agree. I don't mind it one hell of a bit.
No. Yeah. Give me more regret and give me more love.
I will read a couple of things from some reviews and articles about it. One thing is Phil Harrison from The Guardian wrote that it's tasteful, idealized, and at times a little antiseptic. Romance as designed by Marie Kondo. And I was like, that's rude. That's scathing. To me, I'm like, that's
racist.
And racist because Marie Kondo. But I guess he's trying to mean like organized in the way that Marie Kondo has sold that concept.
That's such a weird... So first of all, I completely disagree. But also, what a... That's kind of a baffling review.
He said tasteful, idealized...
Sure.
And at times a little antiseptic.
I would say tasteful, nostalgic, but I wouldn't say really antiseptic. Like, if anything, that was another thing I wanted to remark, and we'll get into it, but J-dramas in general are way more toned down than this. Like, a lot of J-dramas are very much like 7 p.m. family hour shows. Like, they don't really get into overly risque topics most of the time, let alone... a lot of... I feel like
the trend is more to get into risque topics and have a little more...
And really, it's high time.
Spicy scenes and things like that. In J-dramas especially.
What a strange review.
But that was strange. That was a quote from that review. This Variety article I thought was quite interesting.
All right.
Not very long.
Okay.
But these two paragraphs I thought were we could talk about. So the article says Japanese content, with the exceptions like the hit 2020 sci-fi series Alice in Borderland, has been in the shadow of Netflix shows from nearby South Korea, including the global smash Squid Game. One reason Japanese content producers have long focused on their much larger home market while regarding global sales as an afterthought. Netflix, however, has been trying to change that mindset, and the success of First Love is a sign their efforts are bearing fruit, especially in Asia, where Japanese music, fashion, anime, and other creative content has made significant inroads. Okay.
Yes.
So I think they're on to something about J-dramas not necessarily, I guess, evolving to fit an export
right
mindset, which is this might not just be for the Japanese audience. This might be for somebody in, I don't know, Morocco or Italy or the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like this can be seen by everybody. And I think that's where K-dramas have kind of thrived, not just like the partnership that Netflix has forged in Korea. But yeah,
Western influences on their work too. Lots of Western influences on their work. Japan has this thing. It's been studied a lot. It's called Galapagos syndrome. It's very much that Japan is almost entirely Japanese. Like I think the last I checked was like 97%, which is only a few
very
percent
homogenous,
low. Extremely homogenous. But they have something else going for them that has been studied for a long time. It's why it took them forever to get smartphones, like why they kept on with they have very proprietary stuff. A lot of their stuff is very proprietary, very locked in. They're such an insular country that it's almost inconceivable to them to think of a global market in any way. I remember when I actually saw Utada in concert, twice. Like they were standing there and they're singing and whatever, and in one of their MCs they told the audience, oh wow, I can't believe you all know my music. It's like, you're probably like the biggest Japanese star. Like everybody, like of course people know your music. There's also the concept of just like distribution in general. Getting Korean media, you can get Korean media. I was at Target today, there's an entire shelf full of stuff. Japanese stuff isn't like that. Utada's latest concert went on Netflix worldwide, and that was pretty groundbreaking because you don't have any Japanese concerts worldwide. And even then, you barely have Japanese concerts on their own streaming services. They're still buying Blu-rays of this stuff and everything. So if this is like a Netflix decision, which it looks like it is because they're funding it and it's dubbed in like 9 languages too, I'm here for it. I want them to like do more, please. Like give us more Japanese content now.
Right. Yeah. I think it could benefit from getting the Netflix treatment a little bit, because I don't want to change necessarily the formula of J-dramas.
No.
But I do think that the distribution that Netflix brings to the table is paramount,
Yeah. It's inevitable at this point.
And it's inevitable at this point when people are already like searching Asia for like media and content and, the next big thing. I think it's very easily J-dramas world coming next. And I really enjoyed First Love. I thought it was just heartbreaking,
Very. In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
In too many ways.
In a lot of ways. We'll talk about those ways right after spoilers. But before we do, what would you rate this show out of 5 soju bottles? Or wait, what's like a Japanese drink? Like if it's not soju, like what?
Sake.
Sake. Oh, yeah. that was so easy. That was slow pitch. I'm sorry.
I caught it. I was here to catch it.
Okay. So what would you give this out of 5 sake?
I would give it 4.5 bottles of sake. Yeah.
Okay. I would give it 4 bottles of sake.
Yeah.
But like the good like peach like sake.
Yeah. Not dry hot sake. Miss me. Like never again.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna get started talking spoilers right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
괜찮아.
You know I have no Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
Okay, Miguel, we're on the other side of spoilers, so I would love to hear what were some of your favorite... Well, we can go episode by episode, too. There's not even that many episodes to talk through. I think I started taking notes in episode 2. Did you have anything for episode 1?
I only took abstract notes throughout the entire show.
Okay, perfect. So you can just pop in with whatever notes you have as I kind of go through and talk about what stood out to me in each episode. So for episode 2, I have this quote from Yae. She says, people are made up of memories and encounters. Actually, no, she didn't even say that. You know, there was that like pick me dude who was working with her and kind of like shot his shot and was like asking her out and like flirting aggressively with her. And he was very like, I don't know, very endearing as a matter of fact.
Yeah. In his own way.
Like I didn't feel like the ick from him at all. Like I was just like, I mean, he's sweet. He's just trying, there's nothing there. Like, yeah. So anyway, he's the one that said people are made up of memories and encounters. And she responds, encounters are just coincidences. I don't believe in fate, which is a huge theme of the show where Yae now in the present day does not believe in fate, doesn't really believe in love anymore. And what is going to happen during the course of the show that makes her change her mind, right?
In the first episode, she does say something that really hit me. She's like, looking back, I wonder what happens to a dream that doesn't come true. And I was like... I
got goosebumps right now.
That's when I started coughing violently, like right there. I was like... No.
I think that in episode 2, and I was talking about that quote and that convo between her and the other taxi driver, they're eating shrimp.
Yes.
I had a whole crisis about how they ate the shrimp. So they were eating the shrimp whole, not taking off like the exoskeleton or the legs or anything. I was like it was giving me and I had no idea how to respond to that because
full-blown just crunch
when she said my favorite food is shrimp, I was like, okay, sis, like live it up. They go have shrimp and it comes out whole, and I was expecting them to take the meat out of the exo, like the hard part of the shrimp, and they had all kinds of like crawfish and whatever. She just noshed on it. Like I like was taken aback. So did you feel any type of way? Was this okay for you?
I mean, that was fine for me because that's actually how I've been eating shrimp.
You do not eat shrimp. You do eat shrimp like that?
Yeah, just straight in. I never considered that was strange until I saw somebody else do it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, wait, that looks off. Because my brother points out, did she just eat that shrimp? Like, did she take it off?
She just raw dogged that shrimp.
Just crunch. Like.
Oh my God. I have a funny story real quick because I was on a business trip a few years ago before COVID. And we ate at this restaurant and I ordered like shrimp. Like, it was like a cocktail shrimp or whatever. Yeah. And it came in a little like sort of martini glass looking thing. And I started panicking immediately because all the shrimp were placed kind of facing out of the cup and all of the heads were still on it. Oh. And I was like, I started like freaking out because you don't want to like freak out in front of like coworkers and much less like people that you're like doing business with. So
no, for sure.
I was like, what am I going to do? Do I have to send this back? Am I going to have to like exoskeleton like this whole thing? Yeah, like, and I was like freaking out. And as soon as the first one I picked up and like the head kind of fell off and I was like, oh my God, thank God it's just for show. So I was able to eat the shrimp and not have a full-blown meltdown. I was in the middle of a Menti beat when that thing came and I was like, I can't like have a meltdown here at this table. Anyway, so I instead had a meltdown while watching this show, like First Love.
A breakdown is much better, like when you have it vicariously. It's much better when it's not happening
to you.
You're like, I could just fast forward this. It'll be all right.
Right. I was like, is it good that way? Like, what does it taste like with it's got to be so hard. And I was like, really just stewing about it. So anyway.
It's one of those weird things because like, even sunflower seeds. Like I remember in high school, people would stare at me like I have 6 heads because I don't break them open. I just chew on them.
You just
whole
okay.
thing,
Do you
the
just
whole
suck
seed.
on them and then like swallow them, or do you spit them
Yeah,
out?
I eat the whole thing, like the seeds.
You eat the
and all.
whole thing.
Yeah. And someone's like, "You're supposed to break them open." I'm like, "Who has? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time for that." Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
say
I don't want to be okay. So, side note, I don't want to be this person that's like, this is the only way you can eat this food. Every other way is wrong. I'm not that type of person. But if I've never seen it before in my life, I am gonna freak out, and then I'm gonna try and understand it. And that's what this is. Like, that's what this whole thing is me trying to like, well. So is it good though? Like what?
It's good. It's good. At least the shrimp, it's good. Yeah. I mean,
all right.
It's complete.
Oh my God. Okay. So back to episode 2. They watched the Titanic.
Yes.
Bro.
Cultural
when they went to go
reset.
see the Titanic, I was like, is this really happening in the show? Like, and then she had gone to seen it a bunch of times.
3 times. And that would have been the 4th time watching it. Yeah. That was
she was
really
so cut up.
realistic. That was realistic
Yeah,
because
'cause
people that movie ran for like 9 months or something. It had one of the
was
longest
something
runs
ridiculous.
ever. People saw it multiple times, like so many times. So I love that nod where they're like, "But you've already seen it like 3 times." She's like, "I don't care," and then he's like,
yeah, but it's
crying during the
also
movie.
part of her. And then he's like struck by the movie. She loves what she loves, and I felt immensely for her just kind of doing things over and over, like listening to the same song over and over again, or watching the same movie over and over again, like Titanic. It's a character trait that is so well represented in this touch point. Like Titanic is a touch point in the zeitgeist, right?
Yeah.
So I love that they did all of this wrapped together in this one scene of them going to see Titanic, and then of course they leave the theater and they reenact the scene at the stern of the boat. I loved it.
They're just
I
standing
thought it
over
was
that
really
little
good.
balcony.
Yeah, and she's like, it's
"Everyone's
so
staring."
embarrassing. Like who didn't do that at some
who
point?
among us? Like I think everybody did it. Yeah. That's something that I loved about it. Like even at that point, we see so much. The attention to detail in this is nuts. Like in the background, you see posters for other popular albums at the time, other movies that are going on. Her CD collection is like the biggest CDs of that year. Like Bjork's Homogenic was in that pile, and I was like,
Bjork.
oh, there she is. Like everything, it just I liked it because they avoided that trope of like, oh, it was the 90s, so we were playing hacky sack and look at my Trapper Keeper. Like, you know what I mean? It was very organic. It was so well established. The world building was great.
Yeah. Okay, so I think at the end of episode 2, they finally meet face to face, thanks to her son, who is a stalker. What do you think of his son? You're shaking your head.
The whole show is questionable in a way of like, is this romantic? But their subplot specifically like gave me the ick at first. I was like, okay, so you're immediately liking this girl's posts. What did he hold on to? Like her hair tie or something?
It was a hair tie.
Yeah, he's holding on to this girl's hair tie. What's his name? Yeah, so the son Susuru has a love interest, Tsunemi, who's kind of like a video girl influencer, whatever, finds her hair tie, holds onto it, and watches her story to see where she'll be in town.
This is an
find
argument to
her.
never post your current location on social media. That's just safety 101.
Later gramming has to be the vibe.
Right.
And it was, I guess it didn't creep me out. And logistically, it's terrifying. But because he was pretty endearing about it, you know what I mean?
He was very innocent. Like there was nothing malicious about him going to see her, which is the only saving grace for him effectively stalking her.
Yeah, he was flat out stalking. She even calls him out. She's like, wait, so are you like a stalker or something?
She did say
And
that.
he's like, no, I wanted to see you. And it's like, oh, okay, he's 14, you know, he's a bit sheltered, has a stressful dad who like really hammers down on him. So whatever, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, logistically, it's terrifying. But in practice, in this context, I was fine with it. Like,
You were fine. I was like cringing a bit with Susuru. But anyways, so they finally meet. She goes to pick him up and he's there. He recognizes her.
Yeah.
And she
Harumichi's
doesn't.
like,
Yeah. She doesn't recognize him. And it's such a moment. And he doesn't say
crying.
anything. As soon as they leave, he just looks on and like one single tear falls. So like what OPT, one perfect tear. And the episode ends and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why doesn't she recognize him? Come to find out.
Yeah.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Amnesia.
Amnesia. And I rolled my eyes into a new dimension. Like when it's like she gets hit by okay, let's walk through this.
Yeah,
she gets
yeah.
hit by a car and suffers amnesia specifically for like what,
The last
2-3 years?
Yes, 4 years or something, which is her high school career.
Right. So
And their entire relationship. Well, it's actually 4 years, so I guess it's in high school and her first or second year of college.
yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Oddly specific.
That's so specific, and it shouldn't work. Like I am taking even with how much I like it, I'm taking a huge leap over that plot. Like I am pole vaulting that plot. Like I have to suspend that. Like not even suspension. I need to expel that from my school of thought because like if I think about it for even a little too long, the whole thing falls apart.
I agree.
But you know what? Fine. She gets hit by a car and she has like amnesia. Fine. But that was so distressing because Ye's mom uses that as an opportunity to be like, all right, well, this is going to be hard for her and I didn't really like you that much anyway, so stay away from my daughter.
The mom sort of blamed him.
Yeah. She's like, she's supposed to be in your care. You said you were going to take care of her.
Yeah. Weren't you with her? And she like shoves him and stuff. And of course he's like already cut up and extremely emotional about his girlfriend getting run over by a car. Like that's not enough. She didn't miss a beat, bro. She was quick with the whole like, come see me for a second. I never sees him again. Like,
never again.
Yeah. I just there's something about the mom. So anyway, when Yai has no memory of him and she pulls him aside and tells him not to see her for a while to just focus on his own life, I was like, this is starting okay.
Yeah.
He says he swears he'll protect her. And that's when the mom comes in with this blow. She says, you can barely wipe your ass. And shoves age and naivety in his face. And I thought, this is brilliant writing because my parents would have said the same exact line.
Dead ass.
Yeah, they would have been
People
like, you don't even.
over.
Yeah.
It's a universal sentiment. It's like, you can barely wipe your own ass. How are you supposed to take care of my daughter? Focus on your life. Go away. I was like, oh, all right.
But then after that, it just kind of devolves because the mom is trying to right the wrongs of her own life and trying to be an architect for her daughter's life. And that's like, there's a line there that she crossed at some point.
I think it was.
And she turns into a villain. The
Yeah.
letters. So, that's the next episode because she hangs on to all the letters that he sends her.
Yeah. Every single one.
Every single one of them. And I just have in my notes, WTF, what the fuck?
No, legit.
It turns into the Notebook for some reason, which is an active. It's not even like she's passively trying to keep him out of her life. No, she's actively erasing.
Intercepting every letter. Yeah. She's like, we're not going to go through this. Taking all of them, throwing them in a box completely unopened. It's gut wrenching. And then Harumichi shows up one day.
Oh.
Is that the next episode? Or,
Well, so pause that, because the last thing I want to talk about for episode 4 is when her high school BFF shows up and comes to visit.
Oh, that was so sad.
So painful and awkward. And when the friend leaves, like she turns around and does that little like Vogue dance
Yeah,
that they had done prior.
She's
Yeah.
like, what?
And Aya just like shrugs and smiles a bit and doesn't obviously return the Vogue ritual to her.
Yeah, completely
And
lost the secret dance.
I thought this was devastating. Like, as a person who has done like stupid shit like that when I was a kid and growing up as a teenager and having best friends with like secret handshakes and shit, if I was a year or two removed from that,
Yeah.
my friend loses their memory and I go to like try and jog it and like try and hang out with them and it's all gone. Everything is gone. I mean, they never return to that best friend. They never like round out that story with a BFF that came to visit.
So we know how that ended, yeah. Like,
that's it. Like, that's the end of the friendship.
it's so tragic, and it's that I think that was a theme that really crushed me throughout the whole thing, right? Whereas, like, what was it? I always mess up the numbers. It's 21, 20, 20...
25, 21.
I always mess them up. And I love the show dearly, but I can never remember. But it's kind of like, not a parallel, but kind of like as a comparison to that, the whole concept of that one is you never forget your first love. And this one should be the same thing, but what do you do when you love somebody so much and you never stop thinking about them and you bump into them and they're like, who? Like that theme throughout the whole thing, like her memory, I think there it is. That's why I'm able to forgive the amnesia thing, because we got multiple angles of that. If it was just like, oh, I don't remember my boyfriend, I don't think the show would have worked. I think because they took the time to show the things that she doesn't remember, it really fleshed everything out. Like they show her losing friends, they show her not doing so well at her job. It affected every part of her life. It's crushing.
Right. It was crushing because she had not just losing friends and losing her boyfriend or the love of her life, essentially. She did badly in school after that.
Yeah, and she was a star before. She was
a star student. Yeah. She had all this potential. She wanted to be a flight attendant. That was her dream. And it all goes down the drain when she gets hit by the car and gets amnesia.
Yep. And there we are.
So I was gutted.
I'm not laughing.
I know you. Like, if anyone's like, "Why is Miguel laughing?" Like, just don't worry about it.
No, it's a nervous tick. I promise.
Yeah, it's just like you laugh so you don't cry. Basically,
couldn't be me. Can't do it. Like,
so I agree that was gut wrenching, and they did a pretty good job of showing the far-reaching effects of the amnesia and the forgetful past. I think in episode 5, the only thing I have written down here is Namichi's sister gets married.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Her sister.
Oh, my
his
God.
Love
yeah, his sister. Love that character.
Amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a deaf character in a Japanese drama, let alone one where
no kidding.
As a primary one? No, I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
she was integral, I thought.
Oh, yeah. She was one of the primary characters. I looked forward to seeing her on screen.
Me
too.
too.
She was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, loved her. And everybody signing with her just like the whole time. I was like so here for that.
Did your heart just like get pulverized when Yae like starts speaking to her in the flashback?
Yes.
She starts speaking to her in Japanese Sign Language.
I
hands her,
lost
what
it.
was it, like the butter or something?
Yeah, she tells her, oh yeah, I remember this. She tells her, I can pass you it was like a ranch sauce. What is that called? Tartar sauce. She's like,
tartar
I can pass
sauce,
you the tartar sauce, and then she signs that. And what I loved about that, she was signing phonetically. She wasn't signing like in big concepts, like if like this is house. She was actually like spelling out house.
Oh.
So she was trying really hard to do it phonetically. And that gutted me when she's like, oh, if you mix it with lemon, it's even better. And the sister's just like shocked and she's like, really? And everyone's like, you learned how to sign? Of course. I wanted to talk to your sister too. I wanted to run
crying
into a wall. I was like,
I started crying. Like I was like, look, if I was dating a high school boy, like in high school, and I felt it was pretty serious. I loved him. And his sister was deaf. I mean, how long did it take her to learn Japanese sign language?
Like, marry them.
You know what I'm saying?
Immediately. Like, that
I was
is
like, that wife her up immediately. Like, that is, goes well above and beyond the Call of Duty here. She really,
incredible.
I was blown away.
Invested. She wanted to be able to speak with the sister, and I was just like, wow, this
there
is
was
beautiful.
such an effort on Yae's part to be part of his family and be just, I don't know, like a sibling, a daughter to the family.
Yeah, she really put in the work, and I like the way that they framed that too, because the sister was like, "Oh, is she coming over today again?" Like, she was
like the
feeling
sister was like
insecure.
not jazzed at all to meet the girlfriend.
Yeah, because as soon as like he starts dating her, she's basically gonna lose an older brother, so that's what she was worried about. And instead, she gained a sister. And so I was like, "Stop it!"
Fuck. So
No.
I was like, no. So episode 5. She gets married, and Namichi does this speech in sign language as well. Like, he's signing as he speaks. And he says, "I believe all encounters and partings may be guided by fate. Every event is an irreplaceable piece." Which is a direct callback to episode 1,
Yes.
when Yae says that she doesn't believe in fate, and her coworker talking about encounters and coincidences. And I was like, oh my God, like, oh God.
By all logic, they shouldn't have met in any way, like, after what happened. I love her approach to it too. In the first episode, she actually mentioned something about, she's like, if life is a puzzle, is a big puzzle, what happens to the pieces that just go missing? You just got to keep building around it. And it's like, no, you find those pieces and you put them back.
Right. She was just kind of content to leave the pieces missing.
Would trauma response be the word? I mean,
I don't know. Possibly.
It's probably that, but the way that she copes with having lost her memory, having not fulfilled her dreams throughout the show, rejecting fate, like, this woman looks like she is one bad day away from bursting into tears. And it happens a few times throughout, which is what I love about her character. She's very strong and steadfast in what she believes in, but like, it starts to just wear her down. Like, characters
it's hurting her.
Really not care? And she's like,
Yeah.
no, I had to learn not to care. Because when you're lonely, you just learn how to live with it. And I'm like, I don't think you've learned how to live with it. Like, you don't look.
God. You ever see someone who's trying to fit like a different mold and trying to be different, and it's hurting them
Oh, yeah, for sure.
in the long run, because that's just not who they are, truly.
Yeah.
And that's what she did for 20 years.
Yeah, there you go. That's what makes the show. If anybody, so I want to say to anybody who's listening, if you're wondering, like, this is the thing about why this show is sad, because by the end of it, I'm pretty like, whatever. We'll get there when we get there. But the reason it's so sad, it's just because everything you see is within the lens of who she was before and who she is now. So even when she talks in normal conversation, you see how losing her memory affected her. So whenever we just go back to flashbacks, even touching moments like, oh yeah, like, I learned how to sign for your sister's gut-wrenching, because we know nothing came of that. Like, all of that just vanished for most of her life. It's sad. I can't.
Yeah. So episode 6, I have a ton of notes for. I don't know if you have a lot of notes for episode 6, but
I need to hear this.
okay. So she's definitely, Yae is definitely type A, because she's always prepared for the worst case scenario. And Namichi, on the other hand, is super laid back, and he makes them late for this day trip that they were going to take.
Yes.
And he suggests that they go see her dad instead in Tokyo, after she expresses that she just doesn't see him that often. She doesn't see her dad that often. Her mom doesn't like it, whatever. So they meet her dad. They go to Tokyo and they meet him. She has a meal with him. And her dad is dressed in like this all white suit.
So strange. He
with
looked
a
like an ice
white
cream
hat.
man.
He looked like, I thought he looked like a pimp. Like, I was just like, what is this super polished dude? He reminded me of the white suit villain guy in Indiana Jones 3.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you've seen Pachinko, but Imeno's character in Pachinko has the exact same look. Yeah, with the suit and the white hat and stuff.
I can't with the white suit. I just think of
Bro.
Mr. Frosty's ice cream. That's all
It
I
is
think
such
of.
how do I put it? Like, you know everything there is to know about the dad by just the wardrobe choice.
Yeah. You could tell he's kind of like, I guess that's their version of like, kind of like a flashy sleazeball. Like, that's what it seems like immediately. And then giving her a Mont Blanc pen. I mean, it's a nice pen, but like.
So let's talk about this. That's next in my list of stuff in episode 6. So he's very kind to her, I think.
Yeah.
And
He
gives her
seems
the
really
Mont Blanc
nice.
pen. He seems fine enough, right? Like, he's not antagonizing or abusive or mean or anything or neglectful. He makes time to see her. It was a spontaneous trip to Tokyo and he's there. He wants to see her.
Pays for the best meals, makes
Right,
good talk,
right.
asks how the mom's doing.
Yeah,
Everything.
like, he's fine. He's very charming. And he gives her a Mont Blanc pen, fountain pen for her graduation gift, which I found was a callback to one of the earlier episodes when in the present day, Yae is trying to buy a birthday gift for her son and can't decide what to get him. She ends up giving him an Amazon gift card, which we got to talk about that, I guess.
Yeah,
but
there's a whole thing.
it's a whole
unpack
thing
there.
about that, I
Holy
feel.
shit.
But she can't decide what to get him, and she ends up looking at these luxury fountain pens with what seems like a glint of nostalgia or longing, but
Right.
technically, she doesn't remember the Mont Blanc, him
Right.
giving her the Mont Blanc pen. It's within that realm of amnesia timeline or whatever.
Right. So somewhere in there, she's like, this might be a good present. But I don't
Right.
think she ever manages to link it together.
No, she doesn't. We do as an
Yeah.
audience. When we see this flashback now in episode 6, we're like, oh shit, the pen. So I love when he tells her to choose a word or a phrase to always test out a new pen with to see if it writes well.
And she
And
chooses.
whether because he's a charming liar or a loving father, like, he writes down her name. That's what he uses to test out every pen that he buys. And
That was so sus to me. I was like,
me too.
okay, all right.
Like, I was like,
you and every other girl you've met.
I was like, that's probably not true. But anyway,
Yeah.
so she writes down Namichi's name.
Yeah. And then he gets pissed.
He's like, oh no, oh come on, like,
I didn't
it's
give you
just
that pen to do that. And it's like, okay, well.
very dad of him to be like, you can't write a boy's name down. Like, no, that can't be your word that you use every time. What would be your word though? Like, if you were a connoisseur of fountain pens, what would be the phrase or term that you use to test it out?
The phrase that I actually use, because I do test out a lot of pens, I write a boat beneath a summer sky. That's what I always write. It's like it's like this poem that's like inside of Alice in Wonderland. Boat beneath the summer sky, lingering onward dreamily on the something of July, da 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 da. But I like the way that writes in cursive, and I like the way that it writes in English, or rather in print. So I like to see it both. And I also do two more. I do my signature, and I do Olivia. I write Olivia.
Why Olivia?
It's the perfect word / name to write in cursive. Like, it's perfect. It has all the loops. It has a dot in it. It has the A. Like, it has so much going for it. My mom's is Vive Dios. Like, she puts
Viva
that
Dios.
because she has the V, the I, the everything. It's the letters that you write the most. I like Olivia because it shows, like, it does, okay, a big O, a loop, an L, an I. Like, it covers it all, and all those things. Those are mine. But I also love pens, like, a lot. What about yours?
I don't recall the last time I bought a pen. I usually
Really?
inherit pens from other people.
You're like Whoopi Goldberg
truly.
in Ghost. Like, can I
Yeah.
get the pen?
That is such a deep cut, bro. I can't believe you mentioned that. I just heard a podcast on ghosts the other day.
Oh my god.
And fun fact, I saw, this is terrible. I went to go see, my parents were like, there's this very famous, very old dinner theater in our city. Do you guys want to go see Ghost? They're performing Ghost,
What
the
are the
musical.
odds? Ghost the
It was
musical.
a musical performance
Oh my
of
God.
Ghost, as in the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. And I was like, why not? So, like, we went And it was equal parts lame and actually good because like the performances were actually good. But then I was like eating like a mediocre meal in like dim lighting. Everybody there was like 80 years old. Like our family was very young compared to everybody else's table. So I can't believe you brought up Ghost like that because I have, for some reason, a lot of stuff happening with Ghost recently.
It must be in the ether. It's out there somewhere.
Okay. So Whoopi Goldberg tests with the pen and Ghost.
Always
Wow.
has to keep it. Always.
Oh, God. Yeah, so I'm basically Whoopi. I'm like, well, somebody gave me a free pen. I'll keep it. But I have received a very nice pen once in my life. I wrote my name.
Okay. I mean,
That
that's
was
as good
it.
a thing as any.
Yeah.
It's
I can't believe that I asked you this question.
it's
You
such an
had
archaic
stuff.
concept.
True.
But you're right. Like, that's such a funny question to ask because that's a huge part of my mom and I's relationship. Like, we love pens. Like, I have a drawer full of pens I've never used. Like, I order so many pens and pencils and, like, leads. And, like, in school for lead pencils, it's like, are you 0.5 or 0.7? I'm like, no, I'm 0.3. I get it. They're like, oh, never mind. Anyway, but yeah, that's a common thing we do. We'll go to a store, and if they have stationery pens, we're always writing our phrases all over the place on the sample pads. Like, I love pens, so that hit me really hard.
The
in
pens
the show. I
thing
was like,
wrote you.
The pen,
Oh
that's me.
my gosh. Okay. Well, damn. So,
Sorry, that
how do
was so
I segue?
unexpected.
How do I segue into what's the next thing? So,
Well,
okay.
what's her relationship with her dad? What did you think of her dad?
Let's talk about it because, first of all, Namichi talked with the dad, and the dad like sizes him up and like.
Oh, yeah.
Like he walks around Namichi in like such a way and asks what he likes about Aya. What do you like about my daughter? And he chalks it up to fate. He's like, nothing can make him change his mind. Not even her father, that he wants to be a good man for her, even if he doesn't really have much to offer right now or know what that means.
Really sized him right back
And I was
up,
like,
too. He threw
well,
it right
damn.
back at him. That
He
was
did. I was like,
crazy to me.
Namichi.
He's like,
Baby.
yeah, it's meant to be, whether her father likes it or not. And he's like,
Yeah. And the dad was like, you fucker, bro. You little fucker.
But then we see
That
what
night.
it's really giving. This is something that I liked, and it was most likely intentional, but I really appreciated it, right? Because if you've ever been with somebody or had a friend who you know how their parents are behind closed doors, but you also know how they are publicly, that parent that everybody loves and everything, and from an outside perspective as a viewer, it reminded me of that. Like, I would have friends who their parents are super magnanimous.
Right.
Oh yeah, well, but wings and pizza for everyone and beers all around and whatever. But behind closed doors, like, the way that kid feels about their parent is always very different.
Yes.
I found that such a fascinating dynamic. Like, how all it took was Harumichi saying, oh, yeah, I think your dad seems like a nice guy. And Yaya just lets it out. She's like, no, he's not a nice guy. Like, he abandoned me and my family, and even when I did the best I could, he still put everything else before me. Like, this floodgate of trauma, and he's just standing there like, oh, I guess he's not a nice guy.
I loved that moment. I thought it was
great.
necessary. I thought it was powerful. And yeah, you're absolutely right that it plays into this dichotomy of I guess a persona that people have like when they're in public, and then what is the true story? Like, what is the actual history that we're not talking about on a daily basis? And like, she just goes into like, well, my dad's a liar.
Yeah. And she knows that very well.
Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah, he's a liar.
I fucking love this whole scene and the way she describes it, and how her he got another woman pregnant, left her mom. Her mom got pregnant to spite him, basically, and try and trap him. And then he just goes and abandons both of them. And they have this flashback scene where she is making eye contact with her older sister outside of her school.
That was so bizarre.
What did you think of this? Like, this whole concept of there's another family, and like, he has a whole other life, a whole other family. He didn't choose us, and I have a half sister out there.
I thought it
And
was
he loves her
interesting.
more. He could potentially love her more.
Right, most likely, because if he, or at least he was willing to stick around and not leave. But it was a weird concept because I thought that when I saw that, I thought they were going to expand on that a lot more than they actually did. But, you know, they only revisited it once after that. But it was still an important moment. Like,
I thought yeah.
I love that. And I love the idea that on some level, when she's choosing which school, when Yae is choosing what school she wants to go to, she puts that school because she knows her sister is there, her half-sister. But that's the only reason why. And we see how that plays out, which she just noped out of there.
Well, so I think the thing that we haven't said is that Aya feels anxious about her relationship with her father, and she doesn't want to mess it up because she feels that he might leave entirely and she won't have any relationship with him at all. So the fact that she like puts down her sister's school on that list of potential like schools, what was that exactly? It was like your first choice, second choice, third choice school.
Yeah, which school you would like to go to.
For high school placement or something.
Yeah.
And she chose that school, which was apparently like a
Private.
prestigious private school.
What was it
an
called?
expensive
Like Sacred
school.
Heart or something like that?
Yeah,
It looked like it was
something.
Catholic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. So I thought that was an attempt to try and be like her sister.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like, my sister has all these good things, right? She has a family, a whole family, mother and father.
her dad was willing
and-
to stick around because look at how great she's doing.
He cares enough to put her in a private school, in a nice school, good education. And she seems like she's thriving. That was the other thing, too. She was kind of like, ha, 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 like with her friends and stuff. Aya is a loner,
Yeah.
very introverted. She's an introvert.
Very very codependent with her mother too. Like very like just isolated too.
So I really feel like her putting down her sister's school was like, I'm just as good as she is,
I could see that. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which
That
is
was rough.
it's difficult. It's so difficult at the same time, especially when you see how her mom is reacting to her putting down those 3 schools. And the mom is like, well, I'll make it happen if you want it to. But there is so much subtext that the mom is not saying. And
Right.
Aya is picking up. And she's
Yeah.
like, well, my mom really doesn't want me to go to this school.
Right. She didn't want him anywhere. Or like look at when they went back. Like when they went back from that little trip when and Harumichi went back home, the mother was there waiting for them. I was like, "Oh, welcome home. How'd it go? I called your friend's parents. So where were you when you were lying to me?" And it turned into this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, she really doesn't want her to have anything to do with her dad. He must have been that bad. Oh well.
Did a number on them. So, of course, Namichi consoles Aya when she's like, well, my dad was a liar and he did all this and I feel so anxious and I'm not the daughter that he wanted. And, you know, he says he won't leave her. He'll be with her always. One of my favorite tropes or cliches happens. They miss the last flight.
Yes.
When this happened, I was like, yes, this is one of my favorite things that happens in K-dramas and C-dramas and all that shit. They miss the last flight, miss the last train. They got to spend the night.
Ooh,
And
it's so romantic.
It's so good. So they have this scene at the motel room, which is very intimate. I thought, especially when they were kind of they were just sitting on the bed together, and he's like, "Okay, well, time to go to bed," and he starts to get up, and she's like, "No."
No, it's fine.
Yeah. She initiates the sex, and there was consent there because he asked her, like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then,
It was very
of course,
tender,
we never
very romantic.
Yes, tender. I love that word. Obviously we don't see anything explicit, but it was good. I thought it was very tasteful.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Especially with how young they were. I was like, oh, okay, this is romantic. Like camera cuts to the curtains, 1940s style romance. So I can
Stop
dig
it.
Yeah.
You reminded You reminded me of the Truman Show, where they have the people, like the audience members in the real world, are talking about, well, they don't ever show anything. They just show like the curtains moving or like trees swaying outside. They never show them like doing anything.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, which just plays into that whole thing that you were talking about,
Yeah,
like the
it's that
1950s.
classic, like,
Yeah.
that's so romantic. So much. There's a lot of hot stuff going on over
Yeah.
here. Just
Behind this
implied.
window pane.
Like-
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's very Titanic. What with
It
the
is.
car and all.
With
Yeah.
not at all like Titanic. Not at all like Titanic. What are you
Am I
talking
am I
about?
remembering this wrong?
Titanic.
No. You know
think
what?
it, like,
I've only seen it once full length, and then the rest I saw it on USA.
You're
so.
kidding. You're kidding.
Who has the time?
Well, they're
Like, it's-
re-releasing it.
Oh,
Watch
I'm
it
going.
in theaters
Oh,
next
I'm
month.
Oh, no. I'm
It's been
absolutely
25 years of Titanic. They're re-releasing it in theaters. Okay.
All right,
So
yeah,
anyways,
sorry.
Miguel, watch Titanic. That is not at all what the sex scene is
I will
like
be
in
there.
Titanic. Okay. So we jump to present time. This is all episode 6 still. So we jump to present day. Harumichi and Yae go up this mountain,
Yes.
which they went up together when they were in high school. She has no recollection, of course. And she asks him almost in a giddy way, like, what was he like in high school?
Oh God. Oh God.
I was like, how is he even on his feet right now? Because that alone would shake me up.
Oh yeah.
That would shake me up. Yeah, it would gut me. And then they get up to the top. They see the view. It's nighttime. And she inexplicably starts crying, seeing the view of the city.
And she doesn't know why.
She doesn't know why. Oh,
It's so heartbreaking because it's all there. Mm-hmm. It's all there. And she has a few moments throughout the show like that where she'll just start crying and not even know why she's crying.
right.
She'll quickly
Right.
wipe it away. She's like, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
It's like her
fading
body
slowly."
remembers.
Yeah.
Her
Her body
her
finds it
mind doesn't-
improbable that she has amnesia. Her
Or
body's
like when
not
she
buying it properly.
later she finally meets the sister again. I'm gonna go back to the mountain thing,
yeah.
but she meets the sister again, and the sister's talking in sign language, and she immediately like busts out with sign language. She didn't even realize that she knew.
Yeah, and
I
she's
was like,
you know
I'm-
sign language.
Yeah.
I guess so. It just, which the ethics of all this we'll talk about later. Like the ethics of like, yeah, there's a conversation to be had there. But let's get back to the mountain.
Okay, so the mountain. He ends up asking her what she was like in high school, and then he says, "I bet you were radiant as you are now." This whole scene is interspersed with a flashback of her English speech competition,
Yes.
where she gives this speech about dreams, and it's full of optimism, and she ends the speech saying, "Someday too, I can fly."
I couldn't deal with it. I broke down during that speech.
Was very distraught
Yeah.
by the way that they edited this scene, with the flashback of her being super optimistic, and she has all of this potential, and she wants to be this flight attendant. That's her dream. And she's talking about flying at the end of this English speech. And then they cut to the present, and she says this is like a monologue, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She says, "I try not to think about it, what my past was or what my future might be. I don't think about giving up my dream and my life living with Susuru. My shameful past where I didn't accomplish anything. I don't have any hopes for my future either. I'm done getting my hopes up for nothing. But you know, sometimes very occasionally, I get this inkling, a vague sense, in my negligible and insignificant life, deep down at its core, that I've lost something critically important."
I couldn't deal with that. Like, I broke down during her monologue. I literally couldn't handle it. I was like,
A sense of loss
yeah.
beyond what has already been lost.
It's insane. It's so in her core, and it's so in her body. She knows it. She knows there's something there. And how about the parallel of like her dream was to fly, and you can't get much more grounded than driving a cab. Like, it is so, she is so grounded all around.
Yes. Yes. And what is it like? I think it's also a bastardization of like this dream of transporting people, right?
Yeah.
And being a steward of the sky, right? Like she's actually doing it on the ground. She is taking people from point A to point B on the ground.
Yeah. She would be dressed beautifully in the sky with her scarf and being of service and smiling, and everybody's more or less in a good place. And instead, she's driving around drunks and people getting out of clubs, people too much in a rush to even say hello properly or for her to engage with. Like, it's just such a chopped up version of what she wanted her dream to be.
Yes.
God.
Yes. It's a lot. Like, I mean, I thought episode 6 was brilliant.
It was very well done.
It was well done. And then he kisses her at the end, and that's this whole thing. So,
have we gotten to her husband yet?
oh, well, we haven't talked about the husband. Do you want to talk about the husband? Let's talk about him.
About the husband.
Let's
Holy
talk about
shit.
it. Talk. Let me know.
Let the husband be a testament to how, in retrospect, something can be such a bad idea, but you don't notice it at the time. The guy was a robot. Like, when the first impression alone was psychotic. Oh, I lose patience, so on the 15th, I changed the calendar date to the next day. Or the way he proposed.
Oh my God,
Here's
the biggest
4
red
rings.
flag.
Pick out the one that you want, and if you should decline, send them all back by February, the whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is so terrible.
Yeah. I thought he was a problem from day one. And she didn't see it. She didn't see it. She was still full of like that optimism. And she only saw the best in him. And you're going to tell me that her mom didn't see the issue in the man?
I think with the mom, what's going on is, because here's the weird thing about the mom. The mom is super blue collar, like super blue collar.
Yeah.
So even though like she did a lot of shitty things, I hesitate to drift into a point where I would call her a full-blown villain.
She's not a full-blown villain.
But she has
But she is a villain.
She has a very... She has a very low-class idea of what high class is.
Say that again.
She has a very low-class idea of what high class is. Ooh. So for her, it's very rudimentary because she doesn't run in circles of even the standard middle class. Like, she's had to work her whole life. So her concept of a good life is, okay, so the guy's a bit of a weirdo, but my daughter will be taken care of. Yeah, the guy kind of like treats her a little bit poorly, but at least she'll be okay. She lives in a nice house. Like, her concept of sacrifice.
Money equals happiness is in her mind.
Money equals happiness. And also money can forgive a lot of stuff. Like, okay, you either have a hard life with somebody who's a weirdo, or you have a hard life because you're working 3 jobs and trying to eat. His family was horrible.
Horrendous.
Especially, I wished for a second that this would be a Korean drama when the confrontation between Yae and her husband's mom.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I wish she would have slapped. Oh, that scene. You have any notes on that? Because I, like, right off rip, I love that scene. So Yae's husband's mom is basically uninviting Yae's mom to a party where there's going to be some important doctors
They're
there.
snobs.
Yeah, they're snobs.
They're out and out snobs.
And she's like, we can't risk her getting drunk again. And you see her husband just like giggling, like smirking. And I love how Yae stands up to her. She's like, I never want to be like my mom. I never want to be a woman who has to work so hard just to get by. I don't want to do the low class things that she does. But if
I'll be damned.
Yeah. But
if I let you talk shit about my mom in front of me.
I love that. She's like, yeah, my mom has never had. She's like, also, my mom's never had the luxuries that we have. She's never had $25 or 2,500 yen.
Yeah.
Organic tomato juice. She hasn't had this, and that's because she was busy raising me, buying me clothes when she could, when she had to wear the same thing every day. That shit like rocked me. Like, she's like, no, she's like, I don't want to be like her, but it doesn't mean you're gonna talk shit about her.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve for you to talk shit about her. Amazing. I was like, come on, Yae, do more.
She packed her shit and she left too.
She like, left, bro. She was like, deuces, I'm done.
I hated that guy. And the way that he would treat Susaru too.
Yeah.
Like, just really drilling him down. Like,
Yeah.
Please.
What I loved about the differences between them, between her ex-husband and her, was that she's a dreamer.
Yeah.
And she encouraged her son to dream and be creative and explore love, even though she kept saying, like, I don't believe in love, I don't believe in fate and whatever. Like, she helped her son
Big time
with his little, like, relationship with the girl.
The questionable relationship.
The questionable ass stalking relationship that he had with that girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't have to do what your parents did. Bit.
We'll get to that.
There.
We'll get there. That's like the last episode. But yeah. The whole breakup between Yae and the ex-husband, long time coming. Yae, I can't believe it was the mom, actually, that was the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, in their relationship. She was so subservient. It was painful to watch.
Yeah. She was going along with everything. Like, they would throw so many pot shots at her, and she's like, okay, whatever. But as soon as they dragged her mom into it, she's like, no. She's like, absolutely not. Because I guess to her, on some level, it shows that, like, you guys have no appreciation of what it takes to get somewhere. Like, you know, there's more than one way to get somewhere, and it doesn't mean just because you're not the classiest person in the room that you don't have a right to be there.
Ooh.
So I think that's where Yaya was able to connect. Okay, they're never going to respect me.
They're never
going to respect me, because if they can see what it took for me to get here and to be a good mom and to do all this other stuff, and they can see how different I am from my own mom and how much I don't want to be like her, and they still don't give me credit for that, that means they'll never respect me. Ooh. So I found that really interesting. Like, she's like, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. I got to go.
Side note, did you like their house?
In a way, it was kind of sterile, but it was also kind of
sterile,
pretty.
but also mid-century. Like,
it reminded
kind of
me of the house
Scandi.
from Terrace House. Have you seen Terrace House?
No.
You should watch Terrace House. Yeah. It looks a lot like that, though. It's very ready to go. I love Susuru's room, though.
Susuru's, look what I got because of Susuru. Do you see this? For those who don't know, I bought a headphone stand, like a wooden headphone stand that's super aesthetic and beautiful, and looks like not very techie at all. Like it.
No, very analog.
And I saw it in Susuru's room, and I was like, "Oh shit, is that for his headphones?" And I immediately went on Amazon and I bought myself one, like with a quickness.
That room was. I need to revisit. I need to cop.
Yo, his room was. I mean,
dual monitors, high tech, all these art books and stuff. I was here for it.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, the house was nice. Nothing that was going on inside the house was nice, but the house was nice.
Yeah. I have a quote here from episode 7 that Yaya says. She says, "It's hell on earth to go forward knowing it's a mistake."
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
That was a good one.
Fuck. I don't have anything else for episode 7. Do you?
I do not. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Episode 8. The coworker who was shooting a shot for 7 episodes now decides to get on his knees to formally confess and ask her out. And I thought the pose was hysterical because he's just like with the hands like straight out.
A couple walks by and they're like, the fuck?
Yeah.
They're just like, laughing.
Because they're in a public place. And she turns him down just as she did historically with all of her other suitors in high school. Mm-hmm. But he gives her wonderful advice that makes her cry. And he's screaming it, which is very J-drama, but it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
I like that because he's like, I know you don't believe in fate, but if you're just going to deny yourself an opportunity to even try, I guess I'll support you, but it'll make me sad. I was like,
why am I choked up? This man's a joke.
It's so funny that like the goofiest person in the whole show was able to like approach appreciation for fate in that way. He's like, well, regardless of what happened, you made my unbearable job great. You gave me a new love for shrimp that I never thought I'd have. Yeah. And if by some stretch I end up being a shrimp farmer, I can confidently say that you changed
my life. That was
it was beautiful.
It was
It was giving everything everywhere all at once. Like,
yeah, in a way.
you know, the whole like, I would have loved to do laundry with you.
Laundry and taxes. Okay. I want to know, why did Namichi decide not to go for the pasta date with Aye?
That had me so tight.
I was confused. Yeah, like he was there. Like he was there. He'd just broken up with his girlfriend.
Yo, his girlfriend was a clown. The way that she kept like I'm so sorry for that girl, but if I had to hear her speech about how her name means fixed star in the sky, what I like about, she kept changing it to, she's like, I'm not going anywhere. What do you mean? Even my name is whatever.
Yeah.
And it means fixed star. That means that no matter how far you stray, you can look to me and find me. And in another occasion, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to fail because I'm a fixed star. My name means fixed star. So I can survive in the sky no matter what passes me because I will always be there.
Oh,
she
my
does
God.
this 3 times.
It's overkill.
And but she reframes it each time.
Yeah.
Like this running theme of like coping mechanisms in this show like fucks me up because like we see it in ways that it works, and then we see in goofy ways like, oh, you should believe in fate because you changed my life, or yeah, don't worry, I'm a fixed star, I'll be okay.
Yeah. The girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend, they gave that backstory a lot. Like they just fleshed that out completely, how he met her,
Nuts.
how she was a therapist and he didn't want to talk about any of his problems, but they fell in love, and like there was an earthquake that he was on his way to go get the box that they had the time what are those called? Not a time machine.
Time capsule?
Time capsule.
Yeah.
He's gonna go dig up the time capsule that they put in the field. And then the earthquake happens and he goes running back to his girlfriend who's like afraid of the dark. Anyway, it's this whole thing, right? Like you're just like, okay, I get it. Like you can move on. I
Right.
think the show wants you to feel badly for the ex-girlfriend. I truly do.
I kind of do, because her worst problem is that she's kind of ditzy, but I could have done without having, it was a conflict that we didn't need to have. He has so much going on in his head with all this regret and everything that if they would have removed her completely, I would have felt no different.
I kind of think that the show is basically saying that I think he would have been unhappy with her in the long run.
For sure.
For sure.
She was a
He
joke
cared
from
about
the
her.
first time he met her. Like, he didn't take her seriously, like, at all, like, ever. He didn't hate her or anything, but he was, like, going through the motions, like, oh, all right.
He like remembered nothing when he was with her. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, "What's up with the bird? Like it's not eating." And she's like, "You already fed the bird." Like he remembered absolutely nothing when he was with her, to the point where I thought, does he have like early onset dementia or something that they're trying to hint at here? Because every time he was with the ex-girlfriend, he was somewhere else entirely. His head was somewhere else.
The bird
and so
was
his
on
heart.
his head while he was watching Titanic. I was like, all right. Well, that's actually, if you look at their apartment, too, of that girlfriend, it's so plain and so empty. That can't be a coincidence, because it wasn't, like, clean and minimalist. It was just all white surfaces. It was literally like being in a blank space. So it like nothing stuck to him with this lady. It's like, oh, okay. Like,
Right.
It was a weird place for him to be.
It was weird. I don't know why he let the relationship go on for so long. I just,
What's he gonna do? Break up? Then he'll really have nothing. Like,
oh my God.
he was just going with I think he was just going. Well, he was dead at work too until she came along. He was just going through the motions every day. Like, you know, he's like, whatever. And look at how fate brought them together. That weird influencer girl dancing there led to him being picked up in this whole other thing. Like, fate's real. Anyway, yeah, no, that
Well,
was.
I don't know what else we can say about her, the ex-girlfriend, other than
Nothing. She's a fixed star.
I don't know. Like, there's something that's bothering me about her and her inclusion and the way she's just trying to avoid everything. Like, she's just delaying the inevitable because he obviously wanted to end it with her, and she just kept cock blocking that conversation.
I think that he knew, or rather she knew, that he wouldn't do it if she just kept interrupting. Like, whatever. Like,
So do you consider Namichi a coward then? For not just
no,
like,
no,
you know,
I think...
we
I
need to
mean,
have this conversation, period.
He's so saddled with everything going on. Like, I think that meeting up with your first love who suffered a blow of dementia and falling in love with her again.
Amnesia, that's different.
Amnesia, sorry. Amnesia. I think that's going to take up enough of your time where he's like, you know what, I'll deal with this later. Like, but he did try to tell her. And in the end, he did tell her, like, look, like, when she comes up with that thing, like, oh, if you were being attacked by a bear, who would you want by your side? And he's like, not you. Sorry. It's like, oh,
Yo.
But don't worry, she's a fixed star, so she'll be fine on her own. And my problem is the only utility to having this character was to show a reason why he couldn't just outright be with Yae.
Oh, I agree with
That's
that.
literally her only function in the show. So I'm not a bad character, but that was what brings it from a 5 to a 4.5 for me, was actually that whole bit.
Right.
Like, it's like, all right, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So he does, but he doesn't. Going back to the pasta thing, it's done. The ex-girlfriend is gone, and Aye actually confesses over the phone that she likes him.
And he's like, wow, that's crazy, and leaves.
He leaves.
That had me so tight, and I still don't know why.
Why did he do that?
I don't get it.
I don't get
I've thought
that.
about it and I still don't get it. Like,
I don't understand why he wouldn't just go inside and be like, look, I have something to tell you, and it's going to be really hard to hear. We were lovers when we were kids, when we were in high school 20 years ago. You had an accident, and like I don't think he even needs to say anything else, because she knows she had an accident. She knows she forgot shit.
I thought that she was going to pop out with, like, when she's like, I'm sorry for lying. I thought she was going to reverse Uno that shit and be like, I remember you. I remember you this whole time. I was just too shy to whatever.
Right.
But she didn't. And when she's crying, eating the pasta, I was like, losing it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That was another part where I was like, okay. Like,
The pasta?
No, I mean, like, just him just go to the date.
What?
Bro.
Just
She's
go
like
to
right
the
there.
fucking restaurant.
I don't
You're
get
literally outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I thought he was just, I have no excuse for the man.
I think they did
like,
it to add COVID, because the whole thing of the show is that there's a lot of milestones that are going on. It again, very millennial writing, right? Like, extremely millennial writing. Like, oh, okay, we went through this big pop star, then we got 9/11, then we went to the huge tsunami that happened in 2011, and then we had this and we had that, and then finally we have COVID. So
it felt very 25-21 in that
yeah,
respect.
it's like another
with
thing
all
that
of
keep
these
us apart.
world historical events happening.
That COVID thing messed me up, though. She's
The
like,
COVID thing.
like,
When they showed the streets empty as she was driving around, I was like, oh.
And sanitizing everything and talking to her son from, like, downstairs in the balcony. But yeah, I think they only did it for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Did we
but we
skip
skipped over the CD because she listens to the song.
She listens to First Love and remembers
everything all at
and
once.
starts crying. I lost it. I was
crying.
like,
She starts crying, like next to her son, who has no idea.
What a touching moment with her son. I loved her relationship with her son.
Oh, lovely relationship.
Beautiful relationship. Like, and I love that they're just sitting next to each other. She's like, wow, that takes me back. And when she listens to it, it all clicks together.
Oh.
Love that device.
Oh my
Love
God.
that trope. I was like, yo, like this is it. Like, she
But
finally
like there's
remembers.
something about like I think one of the doctors or something was like saying, oh, her memories could come back, maybe if there's like stimuli that helps her remember going to places and whatever that she had been to before. And I'm not sure, but I don't think the doctor mentions like listening, like auditory memory being a trigger.
Yeah, doesn't mention it. But
I want to say this is like, it's deep and it's real. Like, sometimes you listen to a song and you're like, wow, I forgot about whatever that happened when I was like listening to the song. So it's like very millennial of a thing. It's
But
like,
what do you got to tell me about Harumichi when he's moving? He gives Suzuru the CD player. And it's a huge callback to like episode 2. He kept her CD of First Love in there the whole time. That's why when the friend gave her back the pile of CDs, it's like, thanks for these, but one of these is missing a disc. I was God. Like, I was thrashing and writhing and shaking.
Oh my God.
I lost it. I was like, yo.
I did not even make that connection that the CD was in the CD player
that they listened to together.
Oh my God.
He kept it that whole time. The whole time. She never had the CD. It was just sitting somewhere because the jewel case was empty. Never found out what happened to it. It's like, I have it here. It's like, oh my God.
I'm like, I need to like relax for a second so I can finish this podcast because that alone is sending me. Okay.
Full circle moment.
Oh my God. What a full circle moment. Oh shit. Okay. So we're on episode 9. I only have the only note I have here is a classic airport scene.
Yes, me too.
Because she takes her son to the see his crush before she leaves the country on tour. And this is when you mentioned this conversation earlier where she says, not many people can do what they love for work. You don't need to live up to expectations. You have the right to believe in yourself. Even if it's a mistake or even if it fails, it will always serve some purpose in life.
Which is a crazy subversion for her whole, like, I don't believe in fate thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Like, I love that she gave him free reign to do that. She's like, and after he deleted all his songs from SoundCloud, I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
When he did that, I was like, no,
don't give up on your dream, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. And he runs to the airport and he sees her. Like, I was like, yes, the early 2000s are back. I love that.
Actually, bro.
Yo, and how about her like throwing down her street driving skills? She's like doing donuts in the street, cutting off entire like trains and shit.
Talk about Tokyo Drift.
I love like that moment where Susaru looks at her because she's like very like she dials the guy and she's like, hey, I'm not able to get there in time. Where do I go? Oh, take this back street, that back street. She's like, got it. Then I'm going to take this road instead of... And he, like, looks at her with this admiration, like, oh, shit, my mom's a G. Like, this is crazy. Amazing.
I love that, too. Especially because at the beginning, he was so hesitant to, like, acknowledge her.
I'm glad that they got rid of that fast. Like, the whole bratty teenager thing. Like, as soon as she connected with him, she's like, oh my God, this song is beautiful. You made this. This has to be heard by everyone. It's the best song ever. And he's like, I'm glad that they skipped over the whole, I'm here this week with my mom, like, trope. Like, they immediately got past that. Loved it. Loved the relationship.
Do you think Susaru would have, like, made it, actually?
Like, in real life?
Been famous? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You think he would have made it, like, as a musician or,
like,
DJ or whatever?
Beats that he made were his, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
They're good beats. I was actually looking into it. I was like, are these real beats? I don't want to hear these beats. I think he would have made it. I think, but that's another really good millennial, like, tidbit there, right? The self-starter, like, it used to be the kid with the acoustic guitar and writing a few songs. Now it's a kid with, like, a DJ, like, set and a few apps. I buy it.
You buy it. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
So she takes her kid to the airport. It's a good scene. And then, what is it? Susaru ends up... Well, no. The girlfriend, Susaru's girlfriend now...
Tsunemi.
Takes a photo...
Oh, yeah.
Of the guy... Of Namichi in, like... What is it? Like,
they're
Norway?
in Israel. Israel.
It's Israel?
It's Israel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they take this photo...
Was it Israel? Wait, no. She went to Israel earlier. Iceland.
Okay, yeah, it was
Iceland. Like somewhere in Europe, of all places.
Yes, in a remote, like, location.
And he's just there chilling in the background, like, where's Waldo? I'm like, all right. Like...
Where's Waldo?
It was the night... Yeah, he was literally in the Where's Waldo pose, like...
Yeah.
Just, like, walking, like... Oh, okay,
Quit.
there he goes.
Okay, so they find him, and they tell her where he is, and she goes to him.
Beautiful.
This whole thing kind of reminded me of, oh my God, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, with the whole mountains and the forest and the driving and the running. Yeah. What about when the guy's like, oh, are you Chinese? No, I'm Japanese. Oh, there was another Asian person around here who works here now. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's in that town over there. She's like, thank you. And homegirl starts running. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're going to run to that town? I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's like 30 miles away, and
At
she's
least
like
Walter Mitty had a
running.
freaking skateboard and skated his way
Like, oh,
away
she's gonna run there. All right. Like,
She's gonna just high step it.
but I ate it up. I was like, all right, cool, yeah. Go
No,
ahead.
yeah, there had to be
Yeah.
some sort of like drama. She can't just like roll up.
No, he can't just be like, you want to ride? Yeah, sure. And they just drive there. Like,
Yeah. So she runs up on him, and I mean, they have this great reunion.
amazing. Very
Amazing
earned.
reunion.
Very earned, too.
Yes, I agree. I
They
agree.
kiss. They play Hatsukoi at the very, very end.
Stop it.
And I was like,
Stop it.
You see
Yeah.
the difference in lyrics? Like, who would I be without you? I wouldn't have made it this far if I hadn't known you. I was like, oh no.
Oh shit.
And then the epilogue.
Oh my god. So the epilogue where what are they running? Like a private jet?
They're running like
service?
a private like plane service. It's probably within Iceland.
And
but,
she's the
yeah.
flight attendant and he's the pilot. And
And he smiles back at her and she smiles back. And I was like, they made it. They made it.
they did it. She's
I love the
flying.
theme so much. Like, it's never too late. Like, they're
Yeah.
significantly older than
Yeah.
when they even attempted this. And they're just like, you know, fuck it. Like, there's no
Yeah.
such thing as a time limit. It's never too late. And they did it.
All right.
I love this show.
It was really good. So last couple of things that I have in my notes are the mother. Her mother never gets a reckoning
I don't think there's much to reckon.
because she knows what she did to them, to their relationship. And look, they still ended up together. So she was dead wrong. Her whole life was fucked because her mom didn't bring them back together, didn't let her get reacquainted with Namichi, because obviously she fell in love with him even though she
Yeah.
didn't know him.
But I think in a way, in a very small way,
Okay.
it ties into the whole fate thing. Like, I think it had to happen like this. Her main recovery was on, because imagine, okay, like, it sucks that it took this long, and I hate that she went through everything that she went through. But at the same time, it's like, she was just trying to regain any memories. Her whole school, like, her whole, like, academic side fell apart. Her friendships, everything in her life fell apart. And on top of that, having to get to know a boyfriend, like, oh, you love me, remember? And she's like, no. Like, she wouldn't have remembered. I believe that even though he loved her as much as she did, the relationship wouldn't have lasted if they let it continue. I don't think so. I think that's one of those fate things of, like, this had to happen over time. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to buy
going
into
back-
the fate thing, like,
I
look at
see
her
what you're
son.
saying.
Her
Yeah.
son, like, there's so many things going on there.
I see. But I also want the mom to get some sort of, like, why did you do this? Like, I want to, I don't know. There should have been something.
want a
Like, she
reason.
burned the letters. She gave the letters back to him and was like, she's pregnant. Tough shit. And, like, you're telling me that's his mother-in-law now. Like, where, like, I'm like, what? Are we not going to talk about this?
Guess
So,
not.
the other thing that I have in my notes is the color blue throughout the
blue.
show.
Yeah.
And how what did you think blue meant or symbolized?
Youth. I think mostly youth.
Youth, okay.
Youth and what's that other word? Rebirth, I guess.
Really?
Every time there was blue, there was kind of like it was a new moment. But then whenever the colors were like warm, nothing was ever working out. You know what I mean? Like when Yaya's in the house with her husband, the lights are like warm. When she's in the taxi depot, the lights are like warm. Everywhere where it's warm, it's like boring. Where it's blue, it's like new, good, vibrant. At least that's what I thought. That's what
Okay.
I noticed about them.
I kind of figured that blue symbolized love. Because every time I think youth is a great one. So like youth and love kind of an equal measure. And I was toying with the idea that blue meant memory.
I like that.
But I don't know. I would love to hear other people's takes too. Like, tell me what you thought blue meant, because I'm talking like almost every scene
Yeah.
had blue in it, like a blue hat, blue scarf, blue jacket, blue sweater.
The
Like,
blue
I'm telling you,
sailor collar.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
and it wasn't like blue, like a navy blue or something. I'm telling you, it was like blue, like
What is that blue color?
I know, what is that blue called? But it reminded me a
Cobalt
lot
blue.
of cobalt blue. it reminded me a lot of 500 Days of Summer, where summer is blue.
Yeah.
Everything about her is blue. Everything she wears is blue. Her apartment's blue. Everything's blue. So I don't know. Like, what do you think? I don't know. We already asked that. What do you think? Yeah. But his family, Namichi's family, wears exclusively red.
Yeah.
And at the end, exclusively red. Or like all red. And at the end, she's wearing red.
I didn't catch
and
that.
And I was like, oh, yes.
I love that. I love that.
Which I think red,
maybe
red is the color of love, and then blue is, some of it, like, I don't know. Family, maybe? Red is the color of family, belonging. I don't know.
Blue is the color of memory, love.
Red is the color of family and, I don't know. Something.
Unity?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But at the end, they're in red, and I was like, hell yeah.
I didn't catch that, but
yeah, final scene is,
I'm here for it.
They're in red.
I'm so here for it.
God, this show is really good. And if you've come this far and haven't watched it, highly recommend watching it. We spoiled a lot of stuff, but there's some stuff that we didn't talk about, and some scenes that you just have to see for yourself. So
I have a stray observation.
Oh, go for it.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Real quick. One of them is Susuru. I don't know if you remember. He was like, why did you name me that anyway?
Oh, stop.
And you know how she was like, oh, well, sometimes a child chooses. Do you know what Susuru means?
No, what does Susuru? I'm about to cry. Stop.
So the name means compelled to compose, spell, or write, or bind, specifically in the context of books and media. So the name means compelled to compose, spell, write, or bind.
And
so
she says sometimes children choose their names.
Yeah. And look, he composes.
Oh, my God.
He composes and he writes and everything. And I was just like...
Oh, my God.
I was
hand over heart.
Because I was like... when she said it, I'm like, wait a minute, that has to be something. So I looked up the kanji for it. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's written like that. And that's what it means. So, great.
I'm emotional. I don't know what to say. But I'm come to the end of my notes, so I'll just, anything else you want to add about the show? First Love?
I think we covered it. I like, the early 2000s, the PHS phones that they had for some reason. Looking back through the passport and all the pages are empty.
Oh, no, stop that.
Yeah. You know what? I'll leave it there. I think that I love the show. I hope we get more shows like this. Mm-hmm. And I think most people are going to enjoy it a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not a fast burn. It's a slow burn.
But everything's essential. I don't think they wasted, even my hangups with, his, weird North Star girlfriend or whatever. I think that they didn't waste a single bit of time throughout the show. So, yeah, I'm here for it.
And it moved. I thought it moved. It was 9 episodes. Of course it moved.
Yeah, I finished it in, a week and a half.
Yeah.
And that was, not even trying as hard as I should have. I really wanted to take in every episode.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Miguel, for coming on the show.
Anytime.
For watching this really emotional show and going on this journey with me. And as we speak, your background, you have 4 or 5 Hikaru records behind you. You're a real fan, not a fake fan. Okay, guys? It's real.
All their discography. And I also, First Love, they have a single for this show on vinyl, and it comes in 2 weeks.
Yo!
So I'm all in.
Yeah. You bought in. This is for you. When it said Utada Hikaru, I was like, oh shit.
There we go.
There we go. At the beginning of the show, I was like, oh my God. Okay, so we got to get out of here. We've got more J dramas we got to count. We got to watch, and K dramas and C dramas, and that is it. This has been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.